Hey everyone, in this video I'll be breaking down my best cut of animation from my recent Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta vs Cell animation, from both a technical standpoint but also how the ideas actually came to be. Let's get started. Initially, the idea for this cut was completely different. I aimed to include a dynamic and ambitious rotating camera around Vegeta as he powered up, as you can see with the rough storyboards. The nearby mountains were also supposed to explode in response to Vegeta's strength and the energy he was accumulating. However, in the end I decided to go with a much simpler, sleeker idea, which I was able to execute well. In the finished cut, I made sure to bring the epic wide shot of Vegeta in his final flash stance with the name of the move glowing behind him. That detail, honestly, I just had to make sure made it to the final product because I thought it was just honestly epic. What ultimately changed the direction was watching back some episodes of Jujutsu Kaisen, specifically the fight between Sukuna and Jogo. Sukuna's Fuga sequence is awesome. The slow melding of his flames makes for a visually impressive spectacle. I took some creative inspiration from the scene where I wanted to make Vegeta's final flash build up as dramatic as possible. However, it was difficult for me to achieve this drama as the final flash is already so bold and memorable. The hardest part to execute was probably the hands appearing from the dark alongside Vegeta's face. I struggled slightly with the timing on these sections. I worked meticulously to get this as smooth as butter, and I think it paid off. My favourite touch throughout the whole sequence is probably the impact frame of Saiyan Saga Vegeta, or the lightning behind Vegeta turning into the words final flash. I'm also very happy with my character art throughout this whole cut. It's up there with my best work ever and I'm happy my efforts have finally come into light. If I could go back, the only thing I would change would be the 3-frame loop close-up of Vegeta's face. I think I could have made Vegeta's eyes and mouth widen slightly more to give it a more striking and exaggerated feeling. Although I did this to a level, I think the frames are too similar and ended up making this part of the sequence look a bit static. For the art style, I drew heavily from two specific legends. First, Keisuke Matsunaga, my personal favourite Dragon Ball animator at the moment. The pronounced features, creases and complex shadings give the characters' faces so much more depth and make them look even more alive. Second is Yu Yu Takahashi, probably the most telling artistic inspiration here. Takahashi continues to get much deserved praise for his classic Dragon Ball art style, reminding me fondly of Tadayoshi Yamamoto's work on the Dragon Ball Z movies from the first Broly movie onward, and sections of the Majin Buu saga as he was the character designer. Then came the choice of colour. As I was pushing the quality of the art much more in this animation, I wanted the colour design to be just as impactful. In my previous projects, I chose to use grayscale colours and much rougher line art. But this time around, as the production was on a much bigger scale, I wanted to make sure these colours were memorable and something I hadn't seen done before in Dragon Ball fan animations. So I looked at Akira Toriyama's limited colours. Toriyama used primarily reds, greys and skin tones to create this limited colour palette for his weekly Shonen Jump chapter pages. This was actually due to strict magazine printing budgets, incredibly tight weekly deadlines and his own stylistic preferences. I've always loved the choice of giving Super Saiyans red eyes and it was something I made sure to incorporate in my animation. I think in this case, it definitely elevates the intensity of the scene and really sells Vegeta's powering up to the limit glare. Finally, let's talk about the voice acting. I gave my good friend Haferink, who voiced Vegeta in this animation, all of the direction freedom on his project. He typically voices Goku and Gohan on other Dragon Ball fan animation projects, so naturally to aim for a voice similar to Chris Sabat's Vegeta would be challenging. Instead, he innovatively aimed for a voice closer to Brian Drummond's Vegeta from the notorious Ocean dub of Dragon Ball Z. Many viewers of my animation have enormous praise for Haferink's performance, and rightfully so. I hope you enjoyed this breakdown of, in my opinion, my best cut of animation so far. Please consider liking the video and also commenting down below what you think. If you're watching this on mobile, please consider hyping the video as well, as this greatly helps the channel. If you would like to further support the channel and help me continue to keep pushing these independent animations to studio quality, please consider joining the team on Patreon or becoming a YouTube member. For just £3 a month, you'll get a shout out at the end of every video, as well as access to HD wallpapers of my best artwork, including my greatest impact frames. If you are an aspiring animator looking to level up your craft, joining my Sakuga artist tier for £6 a month gives you direct access to download my Clip Studio files, so you can study my exact frame spacing, timing and layer structures, and generally just how I put my animations together. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.